Welcome back to Creative Director Reacts, where I react to ads that you sent me. And today I'm going to show you probably one of my favorite ads of all time. It's for the Tate Britain Art Gallery here in London, and the campaign was called 500 Years of Stories. Now, this ad, I believe, only ran as a press ad, also some out of home ads, and also some in cinema ads, if I'm not mistaken. But it was an incredible example of storytelling. And for me, the sign of good advertising is if it makes people see things in a new light, especially old things. If you can make people see old things in a new light, that means that you are doing true advertising, really getting people to think. And this is just an amazing example of changing people's perspectives. The 2 minute film I'm going to show you now is actually the case study film, if you like. So it's not the ad itself, but it's going to show you the different components of the story. I'll play it through once, then I'll come back and I'll pick out some of my favorite moments. Here we go.
With art, like, it's not something that I care about. Like, I care about music, I care about sport.
Whatever the uniform's colour, the blood spill is always crimson.
Lifeless bodies are brothers.
Friends.
Sons.
The sky angry and sickened by the horror it's seen.
He saw this. Now we can see it too.
Nearly a decade later, just before your retrospective at the Grand Palais in Paris, your next partner is found dead from an overdose in your hotel room.
You are Francis Bacon.
Smiling, I said to myself, dear God, only ever let me give birth to my dreams.
It's not a true story, is it? Is it?
What the fuck?
If you've got the advert that's got the painting there, you don't need to go to the art gallery. So if you tell somebody a story, and it's an interesting story, but you tell them where they can get more of that story, they'll go.
You're a gay man. Sex is still a punishable offence.
I would want to know who Francis Bacon is. I would want to know what has happened to this guy, because this is bad.
Are we going to get another Damien Hirst? Are we going to get another Tracy Emin from this current generation? It depends whether the art world opens themselves out to the modern ways of communication.
Excellent. Let's pull that back and let's break it down a bit. So what I find really interesting is kind of as the case study already describes, which is how do you get people to look at things in a different way? Now, up until this point of time, probably every art gallery would have followed a very standardized method of advertising. You would have taken your most favorite artwork, your Mona Lisa, whatever it is, and stuck that in your flyer or stuck that on TV or stuck in a press ad, and you'd say, come and look at this famous painting. What this ad does actually is it pulls you into the artwork by making you realize the motivation for the artist. And obviously they've chosen some really powerful artists that have got a really strong backstory, and it's sometimes a really troubled and burdened backstory. So when you say to people, this is the reason why this particular person painted like this or painted these horrible images, it's because have experienced horrible traumatic things. And by doing that, when you as a human understand the motivation for somebody, it makes you much more inclined to be open to what they are showing you. What I find really interesting also is that in this case study film, what they're showing you is people that you wouldn't necessarily associate with artwork, young people. They're not dressed super fancy, they're just like, local young people being exposed to art for the first time. In a weird way, it's kind of like this React video where you just film people reacting to the artwork, which I think is an amazing mechanism. In terms of the art direction itself, you would have seen that at the core of this campaign is the writing. So the advertisers or the ad agency wrote these stories, right? So these stories don't exist. They wrote this. They researched the artist and they told the artist story, which again is very bold. You know, when you're trying to sell paintings, visual things, you run an ad which is just like loads of copy and words. That's a stroke of genius. And then the writing is sublime. The writing is really good. Also, the art direction of these ads are beautiful. If you get a chance to see these ads close up, they're not beautifully perfectly laid out. It almost looks like it's been printed and kind of scrunched up and folded. Some of the lines are at angles, some of the words are slightly covered up. So I think that's a really nice touch, a nice bit of art direction. But I think ultimately the beauty of this campaign is, as I've said a couple of times, getting people to see something old in a new way. And they've massively succeeded. I love this young lady when she goes like, is this a real story? It is. And that's when you can really see that somebody's been touched and something has happened. She's been moved by this artwork through an ad that somebody has written, which is really incredible. That symbiosis between the advertising agency and the artist is incredible. For all of those reasons, this is actually one of my favorite ads of all time. It helped me to see things from a new perspective, and I hope it also help you to see things from a new angle. So if you'd like me to react to more of these ads, maybe let me know which ads you'd like me to react to. Obviously, please do subscribe and like so you can be one of the first to hear when the new ads go live. And I look forward to discovering and reacting to a lot more of these. Thank you.